5:12 a.m. Las Vegas Boulevard, just south of Sahara Avenue. The sky is still undecided, not night, not morning. A thin blue-gray layer hangs above the strip, like the city is holding its breath. The neon signs are on, but dimmer now. Not screaming, just humming. A street sweeper moves slowly down the boulevard, its rotating brushes whispering against the asphalt. The sound echoes louder than it should, because for once, the strip isn't crowded. No cheers, no music spilling from open doors. Just the low mechanical rhythm of a city cleaning up after itself. A man in a black uniform steps outside a casino entrance, lights a cigarette, and stares down the road. He doesn't look impressed. He doesn't look tired either. He looks neutral, like this moment belongs to him. This is Las Vegas before the performance begins. The sidewalks are wide and strangely honest at this hour. Flyers and glittering cards litter the ground, leftovers from the night before. A delivery truck idles behind a hotel loading dock. Somewhere above, a single hotel window is still lit. Someone hasn't slept, or someone has just woken up. If you've only seen Las Vegas at night, this version feels almost forbidden. The fountains are quiet, the music is off, the illusion hasn't been switched on yet. You walk past names the world recognizes instantly. Caesars, the Venetian, the Mirage. But without the crowds, they feel like movie sets between takes. Massive, beautiful, slightly hollow. And then you notice something else. Behind the polished facades, there are side streets, service alleys, unmarked corners where the city exhales. A pair of workers in reflective vests sit on the curb, sharing coffee from a thermos. They laugh softly, not the loud, reckless laughter Vegas is famous for. This is private laughter. Familiar, earned. This is when you realize something important. Las Vegas doesn't actually wake up when the sun rises. It resets. The city sheds one identity and quietly prepares the next. As the sky lightens, the strip begins to feel less like a destination and more like a border. A thin, glittering line separating what most people come to see, and what they never do. Because just a few blocks away, there's another Las Vegas. One without choreographed fountains. One without artificial skies painted on ceilings. One where the streets don't pretend to be anything else. The sun finally breaks the horizon, reflecting off glass towers and empty pedestrian bridges. The color is soft, almost forgiving. Cars begin to appear. A jogger passes by, headphones in, completely uninterested in the spectacle around him. A local coffee shop unlocks its door somewhere off-strip, unseen from here. Most visitors are still asleep, dreaming of jackpots and shows. They'll wake up to a city designed for them, loud, bright, unforgettable. But this quiet moment? This belongs to the people who know where to look. And as the light spreads across Las Vegas Boulevard, one question hangs in the air. What does this city look like when it's not trying to impress you? 8:03 a.m. east of the Strip. A street most visitors never learn the name of. The sound changes first. The steady hum of traffic replaces the artificial music. No looping soundtracks. No choreographed noise. Just engines, footsteps, a distant siren moving somewhere it actually needs to be. The buildings shrink. The sidewalks narrow. The city becomes human-sized. A small panaderia opens its doors, releasing the smell of warm bread into the cool morning air. Inside, a woman switches on the lights, nods to a regular already waiting. No cameras, no spectacle, just routine. This is the part of Las Vegas that doesn't pose. You pass a row of low-rise apartments with sun-faded paint. A pickup truck is parked half on the curb, half in the street. Someone forgot to move it last night, or didn't care enough to try. Wind chimes clink softly from a shaded porch. A few blocks farther, Fremont Street begins to change character. Not the LED canopy version most tourists know, but the edges of it. Where the music fades, where the crowds thin, where the past hasn't been fully erased. Old neon signs hang quietly above pawn shops and empty storefronts. Some are broken, some are simply off. They look tired, not in a tragic way, but in a lived-in one. You stop at a crosswalk. The light takes its time. An older man in a straw hat stands beside you, holding a newspaper. Real paper, ink on fingers. He doesn't rush when the light turns green. He crosses like the street has waited for him his whole life. This is when it becomes clear. Las Vegas isn't just a destination. It's a layered city. Most people only experience the top layer, the loudest one. But beneath it, there's a slower rhythm. A city built to function, not impress. You turn down an unassuming road and suddenly you're surrounded by murals. Not sponsored, not curated for social media. Just walls where local artists left their mark. Faces, words, stories painted without explanation. A coffee shop sits on the corner. No marquee, no theme. Inside, the chairs don't match. The espresso machine hisses like it's worked too hard for too long. Locals talk quietly about work, rent, the heat coming later in the day. No one asks where you're from. No one needs to. The Strip feels very far away now. Even though it's only minutes behind you. Here, Las Vegas isn't pretending to be anything else. It's not selling an experience. It's simply existing, and for the first time, you begin to understand something most visitors never do. The real secret of Las Vegas isn't hidden behind velvet ropes or underground doors. It's hidden in plain sight, just beyond the places designed to distract you. As you finish your coffee and step back into the sun, the city feels different now. Less mysterious, more honest, but this is only the outer edge of the secret. Because deeper still, there's a version of Las Vegas that doesn't just live here. It belongs here, and you're about to step into it. 11:27 a.m. just south of downtown. A residential street with no signs pointing to it. The sun is higher now, sharper. It presses down on the pavement, pulling heat out of the ground in slow, visible waves. This isn't the dramatic heat visitors talk about, it's the everyday kind. The kind people plan their lives around. A man waters his front yard with a hose that leaks at the handle. The grass is thin but stubborn, holding on. He moves the spray carefully, like every drop matters. Across the street, a kid rides a bike in lazy circles, the chain clicking unevenly with each turn. This is Las Vegas offstage. The houses are low, practical. Some freshly painted, others peeling. American flags hang from porches, faded by years of desert sun. A barking dog announces your presence, then quickly loses interest. You pass a small park, no entrance sign, no branding. Just a few trees fighting the heat, a basketball hoop with no net, and two older men sitting on a bench arguing softly about something neither seems willing to win. The city feels normal here. That might be the most surprising thing of all. There's a corner store at the end of the block. The kind with barred windows and a handwritten sign advertising cold water and lottery tickets. Inside, the air conditioning hums loudly, working overtime. The owner greets a customer by name. They talk about last night's game. Not the one on TV, the one someone actually went to. A bulletin board near the register is cluttered with flyers, lost pets, guitar lessons, a church bake sale. None of them mention shows or jackpots. Outside again, the smell of grilled onions drifts from somewhere nearby. A food truck has parked under the shade of a dying tree. Construction workers stand around it, helmets off, laughing. One of them notices you looking and nods, like you belong here too, or at least aren't suspicious. This is where the people who power Las Vegas go home. The bartenders, the cleaners, the security guards, the stagehands who disappear when the curtain goes up. Their lives don't revolve around the Strip. The Strip revolves around them. You realize something quietly, without ceremony. Las Vegas isn't fake. It's just selective. It chooses what to show. And what it hides isn't scandal or darkness, it's ordinariness. Routine, lives that repeat themselves day after day in a desert city that the world only knows for excess. The afternoon stretches out, the streets grow quieter as people retreat indoors. Heat settles into everything. You stand there for a moment longer than necessary, listening to nothing in particular. No music, no applause, no illusion, just a city breathing at its own pace. And it raises an unexpected question, one that most visitors never stop to ask. If this is the real Las Vegas, then why does everyone rush back to the fantasy? 4:46 p.m. on the edge of the desert. The city thinning out behind you. The road stretches straight and quiet, pulling away from the neighborhoods and toward open land. The skyline shrinks in the rearview mirror, glass towers dissolving into a hazy outline. Out here, Las Vegas doesn't dominate the horizon, it negotiates with it. The desert has its own rules. Wind moves freely, unbothered by architecture. Dust lifts, settles, lifts again. A lone billboard stands crooked near the road, advertising something that no longer feels relevant. You slow down without meaning to. There's a turnout, unmarked, unofficial. Just enough space to park and step out. The silence hits first. Not total silence, but the absence of performance. No constant soundtrack, no competing signals asking for attention. Just wind, distant traffic, and the faint electrical buzz of the city far behind you. You can feel the heat radiating off the rocks. The ground is hard, unforgiving, honest. The desert doesn't try to entertain you. You face the city again. From here, Las Vegas looks smaller, less overwhelming, almost vulnerable. It becomes clear that this place exists because of contrast. Brightness only works because darkness surrounds it. Excess only matters when scarcity is close by. The Strip isn't an accident, it's a reaction. A couple stands a short distance away, taking photos. Not of themselves, of the landscape. They speak quietly, like raised voices might break something. When they leave, the desert closes behind them as if they were never there. Time slows. This pause wasn't on the itinerary. There was no ticket, no line, no expectation, and yet, it feels like the most important moment of the day. You think about the neighborhoods, the workers, the early morning stillness, the city resetting itself before anyone noticed. Vegas isn't loud all the time. It's loud when it needs to be. The sun begins its slow descent. The light changes color, warming the edges of buildings miles away. The skyline starts to glow, not with neon yet, but with reflection. Soon, the illusion will return. Music will spill onto sidewalks. Crowds will flood the streets. The performance will resume right on schedule. But now you know something. There's a version of Las Vegas that exists in the spaces between attractions. In the quiet hours, in the places without names or signs. And once you've seen it, the Strip can never fully distract you again. As you get back into the car, one thought lingers, heavy, unresolved. Maybe the real secret of Las Vegas isn't where you go. It's when you choose to stop. 7:58 p.m. back on Las Vegas Boulevard. The lights are awake now. Neon floods the street in waves of color, red, gold, electric blue. The sidewalks pulse with movement. Laughter cuts through the air. Music spills from open doors, overlapping, competing, refusing silence. The city is performing again. But something has changed. You move through the crowd differently now. Slower, more observant. You notice how the lights are angled to guide your eyes upward. How the sidewalks subtly funnel people forward, never encouraging them to stop too long. How the smells, food, smoke, perfume, blend into something engineered to keep you moving. A street performer holds a pose perfectly still, painted silver from head to toe. A child stares at him, unsure whether he's real. The performer doesn't blink. Somewhere nearby, a slot machine erupts in celebration, bells ringing for a win that's already been calculated. You catch your reflection in a darkened window. For a moment, you don't look like a tourist. You look like an observer. Inside a casino, the air feels heavy, filtered, conditioned, timeless. There are no clocks, no windows, just patterned carpets designed to confuse your sense of direction. People lean into machines like they're listening for secrets. But now you can see the seams. Not flaws, intentions. Every sound, every light, every turn. Outside again, the Bellagio fountains begin their show. Crowds gather, phones raised. The water rises, perfectly synchronized. It's beautiful, it always has been. But tonight, you notice the faces more than the water. Some are amazed, some are bored, some are watching the crowd instead of the fountain. The city works because people want to believe in it, and that belief is powerful. As you walk farther south, the Strip slowly thins. The music fades, the sidewalks widen, the spectacle loosens its grip just enough to breathe. You realize you don't feel disappointed. You feel aware. Las Vegas doesn't lose its magic when you understand it. It changes. It becomes a place built by people, not just for distraction. A city balancing fantasy and function, excess and routine, illusion and reality. And maybe that's why it lasts. Because beneath the lights, beneath the noise, beneath the performance, there's a real city holding everything up. The question now isn't whether Las Vegas is real or fake. It's this. Once you've seen both versions, which one will you remember? 1:41 p.m. A quiet street west of the Strip. The glow still reaches here, softer now, diluted. The night air has cooled just enough to feel kind. Porch lights flick on one by one. A car passes slowly, windows down, music low. Not celebratory, familiar. This is the hour when visitors are deep inside the spectacle, chasing luck, chasing moments, chasing stories they'll tell later. And yet, here, life is winding down. A woman walks her dog, unhurried. The dog stops at every other tree, committed to its routine. Somewhere inside a house, a television murmurs in the background. A laugh escapes through an open window, then the door closes. You sit on the hood of the car and look toward the Strip, barely visible between buildings. It still shines. It always will, but now it feels distant. You think about the people who wake before dawn to clean streets no one notices. The baristas who learn regular orders. The families who plan weekends around the heat. The artists painting walls without permission or applause. They could live anywhere, But they chose here, because Las Vegas isn't just an escape, it's a place where reinvention feels possible. A city built on second chances, even if it never says so out loud. Here, anonymity isn't loneliness. It's freedom. You can arrive as anyone. You can become someone else. Or you can stay exactly who you are. The lights don't judge. The desert doesn't pretend. That balance, between spectacle and silence, is what keeps people here long after the novelty fades. The Strip will always get the attention, but the city behind it gets the lives. As midnight approaches, the glow reflects faintly off low clouds, like a reminder rather than an invitation. You take one last look, not at the casinos, not at the signs, at the space between them, because that's where the real Las Vegas lives.